So, welcome back to another episode of Galea Kills Everything. Tonight we're on assignment with Gallica down here in good old Atlantis, and we're just going to walk you through how the bounties work here in Atlantis.
Cormrath has the Silent School
Now, we have
stockpiling
a lot of other
unregistered
videos
magical
on the
heirlooms
channel.
from the Atlantean people. Some of these relics have been in their families for
Let him
centuries.
finish talking for
We
a moment.
can't let them happen.
Usually I collect all these before I try talking.
The sea suffers as much as the people do under Cormrath.
Cormrath's lust
Strange
for
dark magic
has
has
corrupted the
affected the
sea worse
creatures
than
of
we
the
can
deep.
imagine.
Cormrath's
creatures of
experiments
the
can
deep
improve
are
their
attacking in
situation,
schools,
have opened
overcome
portals
by
to
a
dark
magical
realms,
race,
the house
and
of
corrupted
corrupted the
drive them
creatures
back.
of the sea. A giant brine hulk is attacking the beast rancher's farm. Help him, please.
All right. So, there are two places to get bounties from here in Atlantis. The first is going to be the screen where you load in. This is pretty much the starting area. And you need to talk to Galen, Delphine, and Iona. I guess Iona is probably how that's actually pronounced, but Mira and Aqualad. You talk to them. The other place you go to collect bounties is going to be not too far away from where you start, but it is not immediately available. You can take the teleporter to King Shark's Turf. I'll give you 3 guesses who we're going to be talking to next. Oh, holy shit, it's a 9-foot tall shark man.
Well, if it isn't the Royals' pet dog.
As if by magic.
If the House of Atlan wants my support, they'll need to.
So we're going to walk you guys through the dailies first, and then we'll hit the more
like fish in a net, waiting for execution.
obnoxious.
Free them, and then we'll talk.
Because there's 3 dailies and then 3 weeklies here. As the word dailies would imply, you can come back every day and do the dailies. If you're just looking for a couple of marks, if you're looking for some boxes, get some more equipment. If you're looking to collect styles, it's a good way to do that. Alright. But yeah, so at the top, let's go ahead and start with Wrath's propaganda. Now, while we're on the way over there, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of the small things that we need to make the world go around. This is part of one of the weeklies called Recover Relics. And anytime you see one of these treasure boxes, blow it up. Very simple stuff. Boop, 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 boop. And that central bridge that you travel under, tons of these things load in that corridor. So just straight down, you'll see bunches of them, the little white dots on the map. These are all those treasure chests. Once you get into this orange area, there are going to be a couple of different things, but so shut down propaganda is an easy one. You find these big Atlantean monitors with Cormrath. He's got that jawline, that nose. He's also an asshole, so I guess that tracks. Not that all people with a jawline and a nose are assholes. I have a jawline, I have a nose, I'm not an asshole, so. Well, that's a lie, I'm an asshole, but I'm not that kind of asshole, so. But yes, you just go through here, collect these. There's not going to be a lot to it, you're just shutting off the monitors. This is kind of on theme with our little run through Gotham the other night, where we were shutting down propaganda speakers because you literally need speakers to shout your message at people 24 hours a day. I don't know. Things that are true tend to stick with me immediately. Things that are not, well, I'm smart, so. But behavioral psychology would indicate that it's a good way to pound it into somebody's head, yes. Just keep telling them that until they think it's true. It's like kind of an adjunct of fake it till you make it. It's fake it until you make them believe it. Anyway, enough of that. So, as you can see, I've been here for like 40 seconds, swimming back and forth between 3 of these, so you really don't have to do any fighting at all to get this one done. And if you have the Relic Collection Weekly still available, you can also get some of that done while you're waiting for these 3 to repop. But yeah, just boom, 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 collect these, collect these, collect these. We got Turkey King. Okay. Well, I wonder if any of these guys drop actual.
This will be your
Yes.
last.
They're not surface dwellers. They have no purpose for having that cash. Alright. But yeah. Boom. You got them. Return to Mara. Very simple stuff. Alright, now let's go to the next one, like fish in a net. This is the one that King Shark wanted you to complete. It's like, hey, can you go help my guys out here? Don't like the fact that my people are being killed by these assholes. Please get them. This is really, I am very, I'm going to be honest with you guys, lots of people bitch about this content. This is hands down some of the best looking content in the game. It's very original. The art direction was very well done. It's breathtaking in scope. And just in general, like, holy shit, you're in Atlantis, you know. I don't like the fact that you have to swim. Okay. I don't know. That shouldn't be your biggest concern. Breathing should be your biggest concern, but Batman hands out them rebreathers that you could put in your pocket and fucking be fine for like the next 30 minutes underwater. Do you know how much those fucking things cost? That's like $5 grand, okay? Like that's money, you know. Well, not money, but it's, well, no, that's money. It's not money, but it's. Anytime you're paying 5 digits for a thing that will fit in the same space that your wallet takes up, that's an expensive item, okay? But yeah, this mission you can also mostly do without having to fight. And these guys are, I'm not even gonna lie, they are all pathetic. You can kill them almost unintentionally or accidentally. But they also, some of them also drop relics. So, you know, if you're still doing that part, they can be a little profitable. Human. Sorry, you gotta respect the Ferengi. Fucking. All right, and so that's the King Shark mission. Then we'll go do Chicken of the Sea, and that's going to kick off our first big bounty. So let's go Get you guys a twofer here. So, I'm just going to swim over all the shit here. And now we are here at Briny Farms. You want to talk to Beast Rancher
I
Bob
raise brine
Taros.
hulks, some of the cutest, most loving creatures in the sea. Some of you drylanders call them chicken of the sea. Not sure why, but you do. Anyway, since King Wrath started his magical experiments, my little babies are all shook and trying to escape. Bring them back to the ranch, please.
Now, remember, he's talking about a carnivorous arthropod the size of a fucking Shetland pony. I mean, these things aren't small by any means. They're not quite pony sized, but they're like, it's got the same amount of body mass as a Great Dane, you know. Like, if you ever want to permanently traumatize your cat, get him one of these. He will not know what to do after that, and, you know, he'll just be living on top of the fridge for the rest of his life. Why does your cat hiss and knock over bottles all the time? It's like, well, I'm on a 300-pound mantis shrimp home, and, well, I'm not the owner of my house anymore, but the cat has not gotten the memo, so. But yeah, and that's all there is to that one. You pick up the brine shrimps, you put them in the cage here, and occasionally one of them will get pissed off. You'll have to fight it, you know. Not too complicated. All right, we're going to switch over to our smart idea armory for a second here. Now, normally I don't recommend you face tank things for a variety of reasons. Like, mostly it's a bad fucking idea. But in this case, while you're doing the Brine Hulk, I do recommend it, and here's why. It's very easy for the Brine Hulk to wander off from where it's at right now. And if it gets caught up on certain things, it'll reset its position. But when it resets its position, if it does a hard reset, there's an immediate chance that it's gonna bug out and reset itself to full health. And you don't want it doing that, because it's not impossible to kill by any means. I mean, obviously, you know, I've got like 4 different videos on it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. My point being, obnoxious is still obnoxious. You don't want to take the extra time if you don't have to, you know. And if you could just kind of keep them here, you got a good mitigation, good output, just... I mean, it's a good survival check, you know. Like, how much ass beating can you do, basically? You know, operating in a space the size of a large sandbox, but... and fighting an opponent the size of a liberal school bus, but... what you do today? It's like, oh, I pissed off an arthropod the size of a U-Haul truck. Fucking, why did you do that? It's like, it's less about why and how and more about the consequences of doing so, you know? I mean, it's got the brain of a peanut. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like, you know, I came by and it was just like, oh, that guy's talking smack about my favorite anime, you know, like, no, I'm pretty sure it had something to do with, like, the fact that I was smaller than it was, and it thought I was food, so... since I find it salubrious to correct that misconception, I don't want to die, not by a brine hull. And, as you may remember from the video, and I'll make sure I put out a better version of this with full narrative and everything, but because I know I've done a bunch of them with the full description, I don't think I've done one of these with a narrative yet, but Brine Hulk has a crapload of different DOT attacks. Like, you're going to be taking acid damage the entire time. And it will also lock you up inside of that little mucus freezy ball thing. Avoid it if you can. I'm not sure how I avoided it there. I definitely wasn't trying to, so sometimes shit just works out. I'm not going to cry about it. But yeah, roll here. A couple more rounds. There we go. Shrimp on that bobby. That's how you cook the Brine Hulk. Alright, well, we've got one more stop on our trip here. Then we're going to go finish up the relics. Those are pretty easy to do. I like those because they're a nice, smooth finish to the whole area. Now, this is good old Trenchmo, and Trench Mother and her siblings, or her childrens, I guess, they all load pretty much immediately outside of the opening area. To get credit for the bounty, you have to kill them both. So, if you come across somebody who's currently working the bounty, and it's just the Trench Mother here, congratulations, you're going to have to start the fight over for you to get credit for it. But I'm sure they will appreciate the help. Now, Trenchmo, if you'll recall, heavy brawling type. She doesn't have a lot in the way of ability attacks. Like, she makes it clap for her range, and again, like the Brine Hulk and so many other things in this area, she favors a digestive acid-based DOT. Yeah, this content does more to make you question your place on the actual food chain than anything else does. I like how there's this Lanian just standing over here watching us fight to the death. It's like, oh, the superhero saved me from the Lobster Man's children. But now Lobster Mom is here to kill me. She's ignoring you. You could leave. Yes, but have to see what happens next. Okay. I mean, that seems suicidal, but you do what you gotta do, man. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. But yeah, this is a weird bounty, because it's not very complicated, but, and I know I'm making it look pretty easy now, but this is a hard mitigation, hard damage check. And, it's in reverse order. It's like, normally you get a burn check, after you get your survival check. But in this case, it starts right up front. The first thing you have to do in the bounty is kill 8 of these fucking things without dying. I mean, if you die, you start right around the corner. Come back and finish the fight, I'm not gonna judge. And she's killed me enough times that I'm not gonna bitch about you not living through the fight, so. But after you get your initial burn check completed, if you complete those guys, then you have to live through non-stop pummeling and just constant DOT. Like, she is always vomiting on you, and instead of being, like, merely gross, like when Muppy does it at the mixer, it's actually bad for your health. I mean, not that being vomited on by random people is ever good for your health, but like, does it fuck up your silk t-shirt versus is it eating a hole through your body? This is definitely B, not A. Alright, we'll collect Pink Shark here in a moment. And now we're down to our last bounty. This is going to be the relic recovery. Very simple stuff. Again, just come along here, pop these, boom, boom, boom. Pick these up. If you do this with a group, it goes fantabulously fast. And I'm going to show you guys one other thing before we depart the area too, just so you know where everything's at. But it's not an area with a lot of moving parts, you know. Well, I say that, and that's actually deceptive, but because there are a variety of other dailies in here that take place in other areas of this, and quite a lot of them have the same kind of mix of, like, combat and non-combat mechanics. Like, a lot of them are, like, mostly not combat required, you know. Like, if you're clever, you can get away with, you know, fighting a couple of things here and there and then just skipping out the side door and saying, fuck it, I'm gone. And I'm not mentioning that because I think you're weak. You can't do it. You can't figure that out on your own. You ain't never gonna be able to do that, won't you? No, it's nothing like that. It's just, you know, sometimes you're not here with your main character. Sometimes you're coming in through the door from the other direction, you know? And if you're coming in through the door from the other direction, this is going to be one of those places that is available to you not super early. I mean, I think the background CR of this place is like 273, but you're going to run into it around 250-ish. And there's a very realistic chance that you're not going to be able to fight stuff here. You know, at least not, you know, not as well as you'll be able to later. And in that situation, it's nice to know that you can still get shit done. And that's it, you know, like, it's, you know, ain't no shame in playing the game the smart way. And yeah, I mean, you know, you could knuckle buck, but, you know, you can also just say, fuck it, and, not have to worry about getting killed. Like, hell, I'm running a, you know, I'm running a 500 CR fire tank with 700 some fucking skill points and level 200 artifacts. I just soloed the 2 strongest bounties in the area, and even I'm saying, like, hey man, violence isn't the answer. You know. Until it is, but that's a different one. But yeah, just kind of stick close to the main corridor here. The bridge is going to do the best job of providing you with localized drops for all of these treasure chests. And this is far and away the fastest way to do this. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Fucking, the first time I came in here and did this bounty in this area, I was like, where do I get the relics? And I didn't, you know, this was years ago, so, like, you know, I'm in here by myself, you know, I had just gotten back from a break and So it's not like there were like hundreds of people flying around in here going, oh yeah, just right over here, buddy. Not to mention how wonderfully supportive our community is to people who don't immediately know the answer to things. That was sarcasm, by the way. If you couldn't pick up on those slight undertones. But yeah, you know, I did this entire bounty across the course of 2 weeks by killing individual dudes and collecting their individual relics from them. And then I found out that there was this fucking path full of these treasure chests under the bridge, and I was like, oh, I feel dumb. I don't feel dumb anymore, but oh, I felt dumb then. All right. Well, we are getting down to it here, folks. And just remember, done is done. There's no wrong way to get it done unless you're cheating. Don't cheat. I'm tolerant of any sort of build you might want to employ, but if I see your ass using the speed hack, I will be the one sending in the video myself. All right. So, now we've got all our bounties completed. Let's go back here. I just got bushwhacked by a dude who has a real difficult time comprehending what end of his food chain I'm on. There we go. So, King Shark, let's go ahead and grab him. And I promised to show you guys something weird. If you go up here, there is a daily race here. And this daily race gives you a couple of unique items. Complete the Seahorse Challenge in Atlantis to collect items to train your very own Seahorse pet. Essentially, you grab that mission, you go here, you complete the race, and if you do it correctly, you get the Seahorse. We're gonna see if I can remember how this works. I promise nothing. You turn into a noble sea creature, navigate the depths of the ninth tribe, beat the platinum time, show the Atlanteans you've got the right stuff. I don't think I've ever done this on my fire character for some mysterious reason or another. You're not using your fire character underwater? It's like, not very often. You know, I don't come here very often with her for...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Like, do you have any idea how embarrassing it is for you to accidentally cook the primary pets of the Prince of Atlantis just because you're standing in the room? I can't remember this race at all, but holy shit. Fun fact, I actually love doing the races in this game. Once upon a time, it used to be one of my missions. Oh, I fucked that one up. I've actually gotten all of the classic races in the game completed. Platinum times. Expert everything. And doing that really is just, it's worth a few skill points and that's it. But, and I am, you know, I'm talking about the flyer races. I really haven't done the too many of the acrobat races, and I still have some of the speed races to do. But so it's silver time. Not bad for not having done it in literally 2 years. Okay. But yeah, so that's where that's at. If you hit retry, it'll take you back to the key. You can run it as many times as you like until you get to the point where you get that platinum and you can get your very own Seahorse. Right. And then afterwards, right down here, back down to the bottom of the bottom of the bottomless pit. And we collect some rewards.
Thank you for aiding the Beast Rancher.
Rewards are
He has so
rewarding.
much on his mind since he lost his beloved pet
That
sea
swarm
And-
of
snake in the
creatures
chaos.
was terrifying.
If you have
We
decent
owe you
artifacts and
much,
stuff like
Landlord.
that, this will
It
probably
must
take
be
you about as much
Cormorant's
time as it
abuse
took
of
me.
magic driving the sea.
It
That
took
should
me
keep
half an
Raph
hour
from
to
getting
do all
any
this
more
shit.
power, at least for the moment.
Good job
The
taking
two
down
most
Ralph's
difficult parts are
propaganda.
obviously
That
the Brine
campaign
Hulk
of lies turned
and
good people of
the
Atlantis
Trench
against
Mother.
us.
If you can't solo those, LFG. Bounty Train will always stop through Atlantis because it's boom, boom. It takes them 5 minutes. Like, to say, hey, Trench Mother up! You know, like fucking. Somebody will be along, they will get you taken care of, you know. Alright. Anyway, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.